Hey everybody, had a mixed bag with Signal the last couple days, so couldn't really live stream much, unfortunately. But it's pretty decent here at the Summer Palace of the Emperor. We had to take a little boat ride out here, and this is the Opera House section of the palace. Three-story Opera House. The bottom floors are all most of the business happens. All the sets down there. You can see some colorful sets and stairways in there and stuff. Emperor would sit in his little chamber right across the courtyard and watch the whole thing through a doorway because he didn't want to be bothered by the riffraff. And all the people low ranking would sit in these little tables, paintings and stuff, and sit in this courtyard, so you get like a side view. Only the emperor and a few special people would get the direct view, the full show of the opera house. I'm not sure what they use the upper stories for. Maybe different stories had different people acting at different angles, hanging out on the top. But most of the stuff looks like it happens down here. And word has it, at least in the one in the Forbidden City, which is very similar design, if you made noise during the performance, it had to be whisper quiet. If you made noise, you might be executed. So he's a big fan of his opera. Took it very seriously. So lots of birds flying around here. There's the magpies I've seen in a few places, and house sparrows and some other stuff. Of course, house sparrows came from Europe, introduced as they were introduced to the U.S. as well. But there are some cool local birds here. Lots of ornate doorways and paintings upon paintings, and scenes, painted scenes, very colorful. Images of dragons everywhere. There's a dragon in green right there. The twin dragons in the green, surrounded by blue. And then there's an image of the dragons in blue, flanked by dragons in green. So they love the dragon imagery. Dragons and lions at the gates, and sometimes dragons, young dragons at the gates instead of lions. Yeah. Beautiful place. They're playing some music in here now, just to make it feel like an opera house. It's just pre-recorded music, but makes it feel like you're actually here, which is kind of cool. So I just want to jump in for a few minutes and say hi. I haven't been online for a while. In case any of you happen to be around. I don't see any chatties, so I'm just going to do this for a minute or two and drop off. Got more hiking to do today. A lot of people effect. You can either buy them or rent them. Walk around the place in your traditional dress. Again, all these little stone areas are very nicely put together, very flat. This is pretty recent. This is early 1800s, like 1809, I think it was. Maybe a little later than that, but it's not a very old one. The one at Forbidden City is very, very old. It looks very similar. And of course, the tombs and stuff we saw from the Ming Dynasty the other day, which I haven't posted yet, from basically 1409. I think it took 18 years to build from 1409 on up. So we're talking like way, way back in time. Lots of old history here. And cool, like, panels, different, slightly different. There's a hallway you can walk through here. This is a very small one right next to me here. I've never seen so many different shapes of windows. They have a hexagon, they have like a fruit-looking one. They have a pentagon. Looks like an octagon on that one, and then a circle, and then they have other ones that look like scrolls and tea kettles, and it was very interesting. I've never seen a place that had this many window shapes, especially ones that aren't classically Chinese. They're just basic shapes, but each of the glass panels has little paintings on them, plants. There's a cherry blossom on that one. Some little plants, various other sculptures and stuff. Down there looks like some kind of a round fruit window. So yeah, another special thing about this place is There's the hallways with the strange windows. So it's, and then I talked about some of the other videos I haven't uploaded about the spirit animals on rooftop corners to protect, to appease the rain deity, I think. So it rains and the place will not burn down, something like that. Yeah, fun little place. So like I said, short and sweet. I'm gonna end it here. Luckily I had a consistent stream. It didn't drop yet. So I'm gonna count my blessings and say, catch you all later. Look for more stuff if I have time. Otherwise, look for a whole bunch of uploads later on when I have more time to chop them up and post them. Thanks again, and see you later from Beijing.